All right, so Crystal Lynn here for the full moon event. This is the full moon in Aquarius, August 2023. And I would love to know in the comments, what is one thing that you would love to release with this full moon? What is at least one thing, you could put two, whatever, at least one thing that you would like to release with this full moon energy, right? Because the full moon is a great time to focus on releasing what is not serving your highest good, to let that go, right? Whatever it is, whether it's your mindset, whether it's somebody else, whether it's something you don't want to put up with anymore, right? Maybe you're like, I'm done, right? I mean, we do have the sun in Leo, so, you might be getting a little fiery, right? And the moon obviously is in Aquarius right now. That means the sun and the moon are in opposition. So we have that opposition between Leo and Aquarius right now, right? Let me pull up my phone so I can see your comments. If you're on the replay, please type replay. Okay. All right, perfect. So let's get into it. If you're new to me, I am Crystal Lynn, Divine Empowerment Coach. I really help women to show up as their authentic self so they can create a spiritual life and business they love, right? So let's get into it. What is, what is that you want to release? Because it's really important. Like when we think about manifesting, sometimes we think we just have to manifest and focus on what we want, and that's that, and we're all good, right? But the full moon is a really powerful time to release, to work on forgiveness, to let go of any self-forgiveness as well, right? Forgiveness with others, forgiveness with yourself, and letting go of any guilt, shame, things like that, right? That you've been carrying around that are not serving you, by the way. So I give you full permission to let them go right now, right? So say, I forgive in the comments. If you're with me, let me know. Sometimes you can just decide, right? Sometimes you can just decide, and definitely journaling is powerful on all these topics to really work through some of that stuff. But you can just say, I release the guilt, the shame, the anger, the whatever, right? Because that's what forgiveness is. It's letting go of those heavy feelings, right? Awesome. All right, so Aquarius, let's talk about Aquarius a little bit. And then of course I will do a full moon card reading for all of you too. So we have that coming up, but Aquarius energy, right? Aquarius is an air sign. They are the water bearer. It is an air sign. It is not a water sign. Sometimes people confuse that, right? So it's an air sign. Aquarius is all about kind of freedom, right? I think of freedom when I think of Aquarius. They are going to do it their own way. They're not going to care what others think. They are going to, they're kind of a genius, but probably looked at as a weirdo because they are 5 steps ahead. They're not afraid to just do what they want and like have pink hair, for example, or whatever, right? They're just, although that's probably more trendy now, right? Having different color hairs, but, they're just going to do what they want. They're not going to want to blend in. They're going to do their thing, and they don't really care if people get it or like them, or and not, I shouldn't say like them, but yeah, they don't care if their style fits in, right? They're just going to do their thing. So they are more rebellious, right? They do rule community. They're very community centered, right? It's a community focus. It's humanitarian. It's what's better for the greater good. And technology and innovation and things like that also is kind of rules Aquarius, right? So again, they're going to be a few steps ahead. They might think differently. They're going to say it their own way, and they can also seem like detached or kind of distant sometimes because they're steps ahead, because they're I don't know, they're kind of thinking and planning and like just doing what they know is best, regardless of, I guess, how one person may feel. So when we think of the new moon in Aquarius, a really good question to journal and to ask yourself is, where do I want more freedom? Where do I not feel free? Where do I feel constrained? Where do I feel like maybe I'm following the rules and there are certain rules I don't want to follow? or I'm just going with the flow because this is how it always was, but that no longer works for me, right? So where do I want freedom is a really good question to journal on for Aquarius full moon, right? So definitely take some time, journal about that tonight, tomorrow. We're in this energy for a little bit, so I would definitely do that by tomorrow. And friendship and community and all of that is part of Aquarius too. So thinking about journaling on like, how do I want to show up in community? How do I want social lives, or how do I want to influence the collective, right? There's the power of the collective with Aquarius energy. And because of this time of the year, it often brings like an ending and turning points that propel us towards new beginnings. So it's also a great time with this full moon to think about like, okay, what do I want next? Or maybe you want to tweak something. And then also, what new goals do you want next? What new beginnings do you want? And again, it could be internal stuff like, I want to be more confident and I want to work on this thing. Or it could be external things that you need to do, actions you need to take, and relationships with other people or the community, right? How do you want to be seen in your neighborhood, in your family, in your right different social circles, right? And your workplace, right? How do you want to be seen? And what can you do to show up? Because it all depends on you, right? So what can you do to show up and, you know, be happy so your workplace is happy, for example, right? I mean, I started studying positive mindset and law of attraction like that years ago. Little before I started coaching. And, I just know when I showed up at my old job, right, I was happy, I was pleasant. I knew the law of attraction, the power of positive mindset, right? I used all that in my everyday life. And like, literally my life was beautiful at work because of that, in other areas too, but I'm using work as the example, right? So it was like, I was happy. People would want us to talk to me. I was fun. I would like sing and dance once in a while, right? Because I knew being in a good mood can manifest beautiful things to you, right? Can just make you enjoy your day more. And I was also one that people would come to, that they would trust, that they would confide in, right? So even just deciding you're going to be happy, you're going to be confident, you're going to be free, right? Whatever the thing is, you're going to forgive, right? Can change it. Of course, there's things you need to do, right? Like I said, I danced and I did things to show up in a positive attitude, positive mindset. But, that's the start of it. Like to have the awareness and the goal and the focus of where you're at now and where you want to go is a huge part of it, right? So let's talk about some full moon in Aquarius affirmations. One is, I celebrate my individuality and embrace the unique qualities of others. I celebrate my individuality and embrace the unique qualities of others. I am part of the global community and my actions make a difference. I am open to change and ready to innovate in all areas of my life. And here's my favorite one. I am free to be me and I release the need for approval. I am free to be me and I release the need for approval, right? So we have this dynamic with the moon in Aquarius and the sun in Leo. And by the way, don't forget to join me next week for the Lionsgate events on 8/8. That's a powerful, powerful manifesting day. So you're not going to want to miss that. Definitely join me live on 8/8 at 7 p.m. EST for the Lionsgate event. But yeah, the difference between Aquarius and Leo, you're kind of dealing with like the self and personal growth versus the community and humanitarian efforts, right? You're combining individuality and creativity with collective growth, and combining those two is like, well, where do you personally need to grow? Where do you personally need to get in touch with your heart center and get more creative? And then where collectively, right, do we need to raise the vibration, raise the consciousness, right? And where can you be more passionate, more creative, step into the spotlight in order to maybe serve the collective too, right? So let me know if this is making sense for you guys. Let me know if you're live or on the replay. And don't forget to put in what you're releasing with this full moon, right? Because it's always important to release. So let's talk about right now we have Venus and retrograde in the sign of Leo. So let's talk about that for a little bit too, because well, Venus is like beauty and love, and it rules love, relationships, personal values, money, right? All that kind of stuff. So when it's in retrograde, it's really a time to like reassess your values, your personal taste, especially because it's in Leo. You might be changing your style and things like that. But retrograde is go backwards, right? So essentially you're going to be reassessing, like I said, love, beauty, finances, right? All those types of things. And maybe your personal taste, even your financial situation, right? And also a time to like think about what really does give you pleasure and satisfaction. What do you enjoy? Because it does rule beauty and art and all those things too, right? And then Venus retrograde in Leo specifically, you're going to be noticing things like reevaluating your creativity, your personal creativity, right? Maybe passion and drama and relationships. It could be from other people, right? The drama. Or notice where you're getting caught in, right? You're repeating a pattern, you're getting caught in the drama, even though maybe you didn't realize you were. And what you're passionate about, right? And what's no longer serving you, right? It's a retrograde time to reassess. So how can you let go of the drama, right? Or distance yourself from the drama that others are bringing, right? Either way. And then reassessing your worth, right? It's a great time to really like love on yourself and what is beautiful about you, what is amazing about you, what talents, skills do you have that make you special and unique? And we all have some, by the way, so don't discount all the little things, all the little ways in which people compliment you, or you're there for others, or you're really good at it, right? Sometimes we take for granted those things that we're really good at, and we don't realize it's a skill or a talent, right? But every little thing counts, everything you're good at. Make a nice long list. That's a nice little confidence booster. And I've already mentioned you might be changing your personal style right now, whether it's your hair or your clothes or new piece of jewelry, whatever, right? And also very important to think about what really brings you joy right now and in life. So reevaluating what does bring you joy. Could you do more of something that brings you joy? Are you not doing enough of it? Should you try something new to bring you joy, right? Really good time for that with the Venus retrograde in Leo. All right. How did you guys like that? Hi, Gina. Hi, Maria. Thanks for joining me. So let's do some affirmations for Venus retrograde in Leo. One is I am reevaluating my relationships and asserting my worth with grace and courage. I am bold and beautiful, and I express my true self. I am bold and beautiful, and I express my true self. I radiate love and attract authentic connections into my life. I find joy in my own creativity and value the unique gifts that I bring to the world. Awesome. So hopefully everybody's feeling, I don't know, all excited to dive into that energy, to write your nice long list of what's so wonderful about you and all your talents, right? And even if you've done this before, by the way, it's something you should do like every so often, right? Like, because you might think of new things, and also, you know, it's just good to do to remind yourself. Think about even in work, right? You forget all the things that you're good at and all the things that you do sometimes when you like write a job description or something, right? And it's like, no, you do so much more than that, right? So writing a nice long list is a nice little confidence booster, right? All right, so I am going to do the card reading for us now. Hi, Michelle Nadine. Thanks for joining me. Put in the comments, everybody, at least one thing that you would like to release with this full moon. As I am shuffling the cards for us, put in the comments at least one thing that you would like to release with this full moon. And I'm going to shuffle the cards and do the full moon card reading for us. I also have right now I have a few spots open for a breakthrough session. I'm giving away a few breakthrough sessions. So no sales pitch, just going to dive in with an area of focus that you would like a shift in, that you would like to get results in, that you would like to stop feeling negative about, right? So if you're interested in that breakthrough session, you need to DM me or comments what area you would like to focus on. If you're on Facebook, DM me. So what area of focus for your breakthrough session in order to qualify, and then I will pick. I have some calls booked, but I opened up a few spots, so I will pick a few people to do breakthrough sessions for, because I know how powerful it is, right? And I'm just here to help you guys as much as possible. So don't forget to do that after the live is over, to DM me, okay? And I am using a different card deck than I usually use because I did it for myself and I liked it. So there you go. That sounded funny and yet good at the same time, right? It has some journal prompts in there, which I think is really powerful. So you guys could always go back and watch the replay and go through the journal prompts and journal on it, right? I'm not going to like repeat it too many times, but of course you can always watch the replay and then get the questions and then journal that way. But also right now, notice as I'm asking the questions, like what pops up, like what's that first thought that pops up for you? Without judgment, by the way, it's just noticing and awareness that's really powerful, right? Okay, let's see. Would like to release low self-confidence, release my fears, fear of failure, fear needs to go, and fear of rejection. Yes. All right. And what would you like to replace all that with, right? So obviously confidence. What would you have if you didn't have fear of failure or fear of rejection, right? What would that be replaced with? It depends what you're afraid of being rejected from or failing from, right? So maybe it is that you embody success, embody abundance, right? That's part of it. But think about that for you. What's the opposite of that fear? And of course, you could journal on this some more yourself, right? All right, so for now, I'm going to read these. The card deck I chose are more like journal prompt deck. And you can always come back and journal on them now, but later. But for now, just notice what's coming up for you, right? So the first card for this full moon is where am I at right now? And the first card that I have for you guys is where can I ask for more help in my life, right? So where can you ask for more help in your life right now? Until we receive with an open heart, we're never really giving with an open heart. When we attach judgment to receiving help, we knowingly or unknowingly attach judgment to giving help. Isn't that interesting, right? So when you don't receive with an open heart, you're not letting it in, right? And where are you judging with giving help? That's a quote from Brene Brown, by the way. But it's a very it's very impactful, right? So think about that, because I mean, we're human, we judge sometimes, right, without noticing. You look at somebody's clothes or whatever when you see them out and you assume who that person is, right? But the truth is it's not always an accurate, like, right? It might be completely off. So how can you just be open to giving and receiving? How can you just have your heart open? How can you notice compassion for all people, right? And especially yourself, by the way. So it says today's soul action is to ask someone for help and receive it with an open heart. And a mantra to say is I ask for what I want, and I'm open to receiving it. And I'm sure many of you try to do everything yourself and try to lone wolf it and think you don't need help. But we all need help, right? So maybe it's just the fact of asking for some of you, like some of you just don't want to ask for help and you want to figure it out all on your own. And it's like, That's only going to get you so far, right? So yes, the second card represents what is influencing me. And what we have for this placement is, am I focused on what I want most? One reason so few of us achieve what we truly want is that we never direct our focus. We never concentrate our power. Most people dabble their way through life, never deciding to master in anything in particular. So today's soul action is, what you focus on grows. Today, ask yourself, is my life a reflection of my values, or do I need to make adjustments and prioritize, right? So again, today, ask yourself, is my life a reflection of my values, or do I need to make adjustments? And then it says prioritize. So make sure you're focusing on those things which are most important to you, right? And then even within that, right? Like if building your business was most important to you, you have to focus on the things that are actually going to move the needle forward, that are going to help your business grow, right? Not the things that like you need to do, but don't make you money, for example, right? I mean, you could spend all day building a website, but if that's the only thing you do, you're probably not going to have a profitable business, or at least not very profitable, right? So that's what I mean by focusing on the right things. All right, the next card is, what have I created since the last new moon? And what we have here is, what passion am I ready to pursue? So have any new passions, I want to say come to light for you, but also you might have known about the passion, but just not have been willing to actually take the action on it until now. So let me know, do any of you have any new passions, or what passion do you want to pursue right now or going forward? Like not tomorrow, but what do you want to put the effort in on, right? What do you want to work towards? It says your passions will continually lead you to your purpose. What passions have you put to the side, given up on, or buried? What passion is ready to come alive in you? Write a list of the passions to which you want to give life right now. Then journal on how you can incorporate more of what you're passionate about into daily life. Trust your soul's whispering and let your passions draw you towards your dream life. So that's that card. What do you guys think of using these journal cards? It'll definitely give you a lot. Like you'll have a lot if you actually journal on this after, so much will come through. Let me know what insights came through so far. Like I said, what passions, let me know your passions in the comments. I would love to see that. The next card is, what is no longer serving me? And the card we have for that is, how can I infuse more self-love and compassion into my daily life? So what's not serving you is not making time for self-love and compassion, right? How often are you just blowing things off? Not taking the time to appreciate you because you're just too busy doing all the other things, right? If your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. Today's soul action, it says choose one self-care action to do today. It says just choose one to do today. So number 1 is set stronger boundaries. Number 2 is meditate and listen to your heart. Number 3 is speak to yourself with compassion. 4 is focus on your strengths. 5 is say no to something that isn't a soul yes. So if it's not a total yes, then to say no, right? Number 6 is say yes to something that you're afraid of. 7, let go of what you cannot control. Surrender. That's a whole big topic within itself, right? Number 8, stay far away from drama and negativity. Number 9, ask for help and allow it. And number 10, write 3 things you are grateful for. All right, that kind of covered some of the other cards we got already, so that was kind of cool. All right, and the next one is, how can I let go and release this energy? And the card we got here is, how can I deepen my trust right now? It says, trust, surrender, let go of the wheel. You can trust. You can trust yourself, trust fully in yourself so that you can deepen your trust in others. Trust creates safety. And when we feel safe, we feel unstoppable. So where do you guys think you are on the trusting scale? How trusting do you think you are of others on a scale of 1 to 5? If 5 was like, yeah, I trust everyone, and 1 was like, I trust no one, right? Where are you at? I would think about the question in terms of other people in order to rate yourself. And then it says, today's soul action, let go and trust. Today, find and center in the chaos and be certain within yourself so you can deepen your trust in others. So I think that's an important question to note where you're at on the trust scale, right? On a scale of 1 to 5, where are you? How much do you trust others? And then once you actually do that exercise, it's going to be eye-opening to how much you trust yourself and intuition and the universe, possibly. Maybe you trust some, but not yourself, right? It's just a good thing to tune in, to look at, to notice where you're at, right? The last card is, what can I learn during this cycle? And it says, to whom am I comparing myself right now? It says, what you are able to see in another is only visible because it is within you, ready to be brought out. Shine light on this feeling of not enough and see the truth. All that you need and want is within you. Today, stop comparing and start creating. So that's a beautiful way to end it, don't you think? Stop comparing and start creating. All that you need and want is within you. I know I've told you that. So now do you believe it now that the card told you? I might have said it in different words. All right. How was that reading for everyone? Let me know. I see 2 to 3 in the comments. Beautiful. You know, it's really, I make all my clients journal, by the way. Journaling is really powerful. So that's why I wanted to do these journaling cards tonight with the full moon. And I highly recommend you go back and journal it all on the questions. And again, if you really want a deep dive and you really want a professional view and someone who's great at clearing blocks and limiting beliefs and seeing underneath the shit to know what's really going on there, so we can release that and then tap you into who you really are, right? Essentially stop the comparing and start creating, but more like not even just comparing, more like what blocks and fears and limiting beliefs are within you. And by the way, they're unconscious many of the times, right? That we can just like bring into awareness, release, let go, maybe dig into where it comes from. It depends on what it is. Some are small and you don't need to dig as much. Others, yeah, you need to dig, you need to get in there, you need to release that, you need to create a new idea, a new belief, a new perception, and then align with who you are, what you really want, where you want to go. So breakthrough sessions, DM me what you want to focus on to qualify. I only have a few spots open left. There's only one of me. I only have a few spots open left this week. So if you want that, definitely get in my DMs right away. Let me know if you found this full moon event helpful and amazing. And you can always go back and watch from the beginning if you missed some of it. And don't forget 8/8 Lionsgate. That is going to be so exciting. We're going to do some manifesting stuff. All right. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.